What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica from The In-Between, and if you're new here, my channel is all about helping you make money online without wasting all of your time and money on the wrong online opportunities. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're watching this video, then you've probably come across Land Profit Generator by Jack and Michelle Bosch. Maybe you've seen the ads or heard their pitch about flipping land for massive returns without tenants, toilets, or even repairs. In this review, I'm going to break it all down from what the course teaches, what's actually inside, what their reputation looks like online, the real costs involved, and whether the whole business model itself is as passive as they make it sound, or if you're looking for something that's way more scalable, less stressful, and actually builds you a business that you own, much like the model I've been personally doing for years now and still pays me every single month, then go ahead and click on the link below to check it out. And just a quick disclaimer before we get started, guys, I'm not affiliated with Jack, Michelle, or their Land Profit Generator in any way. This is all just my honest take based on my own research and experience with the program. With that being said, let's jump right in. So at its core, Land Profit Generator is a land flipping program where Jack and Michelle teach you how to buy vacant land cheap and sell it for more. They position this as an easier alternative to house flipping because you don't have to deal with tenants or renovations. The model itself has two different angles. One is wholesaling, where you don't have to buy the land, you simply get it under contract at a discount and then flip that contract to a buyer. The other is seller financing, where you do buy the land, then sell it to a buyer on a payment plan, so you're collecting monthly checks. And while it does make sense in theory, actually finding those deals consistently is the part most people struggle with. Inside Land Profit Generator, you'll find step-by-step training that walks you through the whole land flipping process. That means they show you how to pick counties, pull lists of landowners, and run direct mail campaigns so that you can target people willing to sell cheap. The course also includes their software, which is designed to make mailing and list building way easier so that you can push out letters in bulk instead of digging through records manually. On top of all of that, you also get templates for contracts and deeds, along with training on how to market the land once you've got it under contract, whether that's wholesaling it to another investor or setting up financing for a buyer. There's also a private community and group coaching calls so that you can connect with other students and get some support while you're working through deals. When it comes to their online rep, both Jack and Michelle definitely have a decent online presence. Their YouTube channel has around 10,000 subscribers, and beyond that, their Facebook group sits at around 3,000 members. And over on their website, you'll see a ton of success stories with students talking about closing deals and making high commissions, as you can see here. However, beyond that, when I dug into Reddit, a lot of people there flat out call the program a scam, not necessarily because land flipping doesn't work at all, but because the way it's taught here makes it feel way more outdated and crowded. But when I dug into Reddit, a lot of people there flat out call the program a scam, not necessarily because land flipping doesn't work, but because the way it's taught here makes it feel outdated and way too crowded. One of the biggest complaints is that all of the students are mailing to the same counties with the same letters, so response rates tank and it becomes a race to the bottom. Another common frustration is all of the high upselling, people saying that they got pushed into high ticket coaching that cost tens of thousands of dollars but didn't deliver to the level of support they were expecting. And then you've got a ton of people who spent a lot of money on direct mail campaigns and never even closed a single deal, which is the exact opposite of what their landing page promises. Now, moving on to the cost, from what I've seen from other students online, they've paid around $3,000 to get in. But keep in mind, guys, you will need to pay extra monthly for the software. And unless you're spending enough money on ads, you might not generate enough leads. So realistically, people end up spending thousands of dollars more just to keep the machine running. Beyond that, if you truly want the high ticket coaching program, you're looking at $25,000 or more, which obviously is a huge commitment for any model that isn't guaranteed to work and depends heavily on finding motivated sellers in the right counties. With that said, the blunt truth is land flipping is a huge grind. You're sending out thousands of letters hoping for a small handful of responses, which is extremely unpredictable, expensive, and not scalable in a reliable way. Competition is also a huge problem. With thousands of students using the exact same strategy, sellers start catching on, and then your chances of landing a deal shrink completely. Beyond that, it's not nearly as passive as it looks. You're constantly sourcing new deals, negotiating, and managing financing agreements. And even if you do sell with payments, you're basically acting as a bank. And if mail response rates drop, or if sellers expect higher prices, you're basically SOL. You're always chasing the next deal instead of building something that actually lasts. If you guys have been following me for a while now, you already know that I'll always recommend the digital rental method instead. Because instead of flipping land, you build simple, small websites that rank to the top of Google for local service niche businesses. Think anything from plumbing in Austin to fencing repair in Colorado Springs. Once the site ranks, it starts generating calls and leads, and you send all of those leads out to local business owners for a flat monthly fee. One of the whole beauties of this model is that once a site is up and ranking, it requires very little maintenance. I've had dozens of sites over the past couple years paying me every single month, and the only thing that I've had to do in the meantime was update payment info when a card expired. Second, the opportunity with this model is massive. There are over 30 million small businesses in the US alone, and most have no idea how to get themselves ranking online. That means there's a huge gap to fill, and you can build sites in almost any niche from roofing, towing to landscaping. There's no cap on where you can expand. Third, it's very affordable to start. You don't need tens of thousands of dollars for coaching or thousands of dollars for mail campaigns. You simply need a website, some content, SEO, and some time to let it rank. All right, guys, that's it for my review of the Land Profit Generator program by Jack and Michelle Bosch. If you found this review helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more honest reviews like this, and drop down in the comments below to let me know what you thought about today's video. And if you want to learn more about the digital rental method, the business I use to generate real passive income online, then go ahead and check out the link in the description below for a free training that covers the whole business model in more detail. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.